Hey there, everybody. Sarah here. One of my responsibilities to you guys as a relationship empowerment coach is to talk to you about the trends that I'm seeing so that you know that you're not alone, and to help give you tips or advice. I don't know what words to use right now because I'm kind of hot right now because there's a trend that's going on that is driving me batshit crazy. And so that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about today. And it is a trend that I am seeing in relationships and the couples and clients that I work with, both on couples and individual levels, that they're talking about in regards to sex within their relationships. So sex is a beautiful, wonderful thing. It is a way to communicate and express and connect with your partner. But sex can oftentimes go very, very wrong. And when it goes very, very wrong, it is because someone has violated the other person's sexual boundaries. So you guys know that I am a boundary beast, and I do not have time for nonsense of people overstepping other people's sexual boundaries, okay? I just feel it is such a deep violation, and it just enrages me to my core. So let me just break it down for y'all about appropriate sexual boundaries and what is okay and what's not okay when it comes to sex. So, plain and simple, what's not okay when it comes to sex is doing anything that your partner is not okay with. So before you try something new, I would advise you to check in with your partner and ask them, hey, what do you think about if we try this? And if your partner says no, then say, okay, no problem, and take it off the table. Because what I'm seeing happening is women who are feeling pressured or who want to please their partner so bad that they don't say anything to their partner about how deeply disturbed and uncomfortable they are. So then sex itself becomes a traumatic experience for them. And so the women I'm working with are telling me about how they feel they want to please their partner, they love their partner, and so they feel this pressure to be something that they're not. And when they feel that pressure to be something that they're not, they feel this pressure to do things that are not in alignment with who they are, with things they're uncomfortable with things that make them feel gross, violated, taken advantage of. And so in healthy, loving relationships, you never want your partner to feel violated or sexually taken advantage of. You never want them to feel gross and disgusting when you are having sex with them. And so because I believe that people, to the core of them, are good and that they want to do the best, I encourage you women to speak up and use your voice and tell them what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with. Because if your partner is loving and if your partner wants what's best for you, they never ever want to do something with you that makes you feel violated or makes you feel disgusted or makes you feel taken advantage of. So you want to know if a relationship's healthy or not? That's a true test right there. Let your partner know what's not okay with you when it comes to sex and see if they respect that and see if they're okay with that. Because one place where you shouldn't really have to negotiate or compromise is when it comes to your body and your sexuality, okay? It is sacred, it is yours. You can own it and guard it and protect it, and you don't have to be coerced or embarrassed or shamed into doing something that doesn't feel right to you, because then that's what creates that disconnect between you and your body. That's what creates that disconnect between you and your partner. That's what creates the anger, the resentment, when you're not speaking your truth and saying, hey, this is not okay with me. So that's the first thing, is to say what is not okay with you. And if somebody says to you that something is not okay with them, then that needs to be respected, and you need to show appreciation to that person for them expressing how they feel, because that was hard for them. So gentlemen, it is hard for a chick to say to you, no, I'm not okay with this, because they want to please you, because there's all this societal pressure for women to just do all the things that men see on pornography or in movies or things like that. Okay? Real life, my friends, is not a pornography. So honor the women in your lives, show them the love and the respect that they deserve by honoring their boundaries. And when they speak up to you and they tell you their truth of what they're comfortable with and what they're not, show them appreciation and gratitude for that. Embrace them and say, thank you so much for telling me that and entrusting me with that, so that I can then show you my love and show you how I'm going to respect that. So when it gets past the point of when you have expressed your need, because that's the other trend that I'm seeing, is just like I'm seeing the first trend of people not expressing what their sexual boundaries are, and then it's causing them to feel violated. And then 2, women that do express their sexual boundaries and men who are not honoring it. Y'all, I've got a serious problem with that, okay? Like, serious problem with that. If a woman says to you that it is not okay for you to masturbate while you're lying in the bed next to her, then don't do it. It's really quite simple. I mean, it's not difficult stuff, okay? Why would you want to make your partner feel uncomfortable? Why would you want to make your partner feel like their voice didn't matter, or their opinion didn't matter, and their comfort didn't matter? Like, it's illogical to me. So my professional mental health side says, yes, I understand why men do that. Pornography is this rampant, raging thing where men's minds are now so twisted with easily accessible to these fantasy worlds that they think, oh, well, in reality, women do those things, or this is what women should be doing. And so then these women are getting brainwashed that they should be doing that too, even though it goes against who they are and what they're comfortable with. And so we just need to stop all that mess. Figure out what you are comfortable with as an individual. And if you're into that stuff, rock on, have fun with it. If that's what makes you happy, do what you need to do and embrace it. But if you're not, then embrace that too and be strong and solid with that. You don't have to apologize or explain yourself or justify to anybody why it is that you have the sexual boundaries that you do. And then once you've expressed it, if people are violating that, that is a very huge red flag that you do not own that person's problems, that they have their own stuff to deal with, but that your problem is your problem to deal with is then how are you going to continue to interact with that person? What boundaries are you going to set up? If they continue to violate your boundaries and put you in situations that you're not comfortable with without your permission, then please, please, please look at that and think about, is that something that you want for yourself and for your life? Is that a behavior you want to model for your children? Is that a behavior that you want to allow to have happen to you? Because it's not your responsibility to save or change the other person. If the other person is showing you who they are by purposefully and intentionally violating your sexual boundaries after you have clearly and explicitly expressed them, then I just want to wrap my arms around you and set you free from that, okay? Because that is not a loving relationship. If that person is intentionally hurting you by violating your boundaries, then I want to set you free from that. I want you to set yourself free from that. Please, okay? Remind yourself that you are worthy and you deserve the core, like the smallest sliver of respect, which is of your body, that it belongs to you. It is your sacred vessel to own and cherish and take care of. And so whatever you need to do to honor your vessel, then that's what you need to do if someone continues to be violating it. If it means you sleep in a separate bedroom until that person gets a clue, if it means that you ask them to attend therapy, whatever it is, but you need to take care of you and protect you so that you can feel empowered, that you don't have to keep breaking your own boundaries, and you don't have to keep allowing someone to violate that just because you're in a marriage or just because you're a family. Like, your needs and your body and your sexual space deserve to be honored and respected. So, ladies, I hope that helps, and I really hope to see this trend going away, because honestly, guys, it just makes my head want to spin off. Like, oh my, like, please show the slightest bit of respect by honoring people's physical space and their sexual being. Okay, so let me wrap up. So hopefully this will spark some thinking, because a lot of times when I'm having these conversations with the women, they don't even realize that it's okay to say no. They think that they are required, because they're married or because they're in a relationship, to submit and to do the things that they're not comfortable with. So I hope the fact that me just letting you know that you don't have to submit to that, that your body is yours, it belongs to you. It's 100% full your ownership from the day you were born to the day that you die. No one else has ownership over it, whether they're legally married to you or in a relationship or not. You own it, and it's yours to say what you do with it and what you have done with it. So reclaim what sex is really about. Reclaim sex as an expression of love and an expression of a give and take and a union. Reclaim sex as that. When you start to reclaim sex as that, then your connection to your body, your connection to your partner will skyrocket. So ladies and gentlemen, please, please embrace what sex can be and make it as fulfilling as you want your relationships to be. Okay? Thank you all for listening. Have a good one.